For centuries, books have been written in an attempt to share knowledge, inspiration, and discoveries. Now, sometimes these books make such an impact that they change the way the world thinks about specific things. From important scientific discoveries to creating characters and stories that have become ingrained in cultures all around the world, to upsetting censorship, to inspiring the imagination of many, these works of literature in this top 10 list have all touched the world in unimaginably significant ways. So here we go, top 10 books that changed the world. At number 10, we have Lady Chatterley's Lover, written by D.H. Lawrence. Lawrence's book about an aristocratic woman who commits adultery with a working-class man was banned in the UK due to the sexual details and explicit language used. Now, this book was written in a very conservative time in history and also brought the idea of censorship to light and helped basically to overthrow censorship of books. Because this book helped remove censorship from works of literature, some of the best and most detailed books have been written previously. However, it is because of this, and I blame this rule, for 50 Shades of Grey. Now, at number 9, we have The Diary of a Young Girl, written by Anne Frank. Now, this landmark book details the days of a Jewish family in hiding during the Nazi takeover of the Netherlands in World War II. Now, this book was never written to be published like the rest of the books on this list. This was just a young girl writing down her daily thoughts, her daily fears into a diary while living with the threat of deportation and extermination. The innocence of this young girl, so full of hopes and dreams, is in sharp contrast to the reality of her ending at the hands of the Nazis. This book has since become a symbol and a reminder against racial persecution around the world. I think everybody in the world just needs to get together and have one big group hug. Come on, I'll start. At number 8, we have A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Now, from the time this book was first published in December of 1843, it has enjoyed enormous popularity. Now, during the time that Dickens wrote this story, Christmas traditions were starting to go out of style. Fewer and fewer people were decorating the inside of their houses with Christmas trees and presents and all sorts of stuff. But it is this book that is often credited with saving the old traditions of Christmas. So if you enjoy Christmas, if you enjoy getting presents, if you enjoy spending time with your family and eating fantastic food, if you enjoy seeing a Christmas tree in the corner all decorated with baubles and tinsels and lights, you have only Charles Dickens to thank. Oh, and maybe Santa Claus. At number 7, we have The Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud. Now, Freud included the basics of his theories for psychoanalysis in this landmark work that is still very well read worldwide today. Now, while many scholars disagree with many of Freud's theories, the fact that this brought the science of psychology to the public marks this book down as one of the most influential of all time and one of the top books that changed the world.
Wow!
Hence why it's on this list. Now, at number 6, we have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or sometimes called the Sorcerer's Stone, written by J.K. Rowling. Now, this book of the wildly popular Harry Potter series has sparked the imagination of an entire generation of young readers and inspired those with a few more years under their belt as well. The fact that we still have the medium of books today may very well be contributed to the Harry Potter series, and the cultural impact that this particular book series has had on the world is unmistakable and uncalculable. Now, at number 5, we have The Rights of Man by Thomas Paine. Now, Paine's book states that the government's role is to protect the rights of its citizens, and when the government cannot do this, it should be immediately overthrown. Now, this book was written to help defend the French Revolution, and it was an inspiration for democracy all around the world and has been used as examples for several other revolutions since. Now, be very careful when taking this message to heart, because just because you've got a government of idiots does not mean they necessarily need to be overthrown. They just need to be replaced. Yay, democracy. Now, I'd like to take this message literally and overthrow the government we've got right here in Australia, because they're all pretty much shite.
It bothers me.
At number 4, we have A Dictionary of the English Language by Samuel Johnson. Considered the most influential dictionary of the English language, Johnson compiled this book over 9 long, arduous years. And although we all had one of these at school, I don't think many of us understood the significant impact that the dictionary actually had. It is thought to be the book that began the scholarship of literary study. And naturally, being a book nerd myself, I've got one as well. At number 3, we have Mathematic Principles of Natural Philosophy, written by Sir Isaac Newton. Now, written while Cambridge was closed due to the outbreak of the plague, Newton wrote down his thoughts on gravity, mechanics, calculus, and light and colour. Now, we've all heard the story of Isaac Newton sitting under a tree and the apple falling out and hitting him on the head, and thus he discovered gravity. But this book is a lot more than that. This book set the stage for modern thinking on math and physics.
No way!
Without this book, math and physics would just be seen as nerd subjects and not the rock star subjects they are today. Now at number 2 we have the Bible. Now this sacred text brought Christianity to the world and has continued to serve as a source of inspiration for billions of people. It is because of this book that Christianity has become one of the largest religions in the world. Now the only reason I include the Bible on this list as opposed to other religious texts such as the Quran or the Torah is because this book is the most translated and the most frequently purchased book in the history of the world.
Oh my God!
And at number 1 we have On the Origins of Species by Charles Darwin. Now for those who don't know, the theory of evolution states that we were not created by a god or gods, depending on what religion you follow, but we evolved over millions and millions of years from our ancestors, which are the monkeys.
Hey, we're the monkeys, and people say we monkey around.
No, not those monkeys. Now recently, the idea of evolution has come under fire by religious organizations, but the thoughts and observations Darwin made in this book were revolutionary in his time and still continue to be studied and debated to this day. Me personally, I can't see where we evolved from apes. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense why he would think we come from monkeys. Not a clue. And that's it for me today, guys. It probably comes as a bit of a shock to you guys, but I am a bit of a reader. So I've been thinking about doing this list for a while, and I thought, you know what, to hell with it. I'm doing it right now. I absolutely love books. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, please click the like button down below. Show me the love, guys. Show me that there are book nerds out there besides myself. If you want to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, those links can be found in the description below. And as always, if you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below so you don't miss a single upload. I upload a video every Sunday, and I hope to see you guys then with a brand new video. Have a wonderful day.